Hi, welcome to the Wurdenberg Family Farm with Dawn and Brenda.
Today, I'm going to make one of Brenda's dreams come true.
Okay, we bought this farmhouse 5 years ago, and we were looking for certain things to make it feel more like a farmhouse.
And we've been patiently waiting, right?
Not always patiently. But we looked for, 3 or 4 years to find this piece.
Yeah.
I wanted something big, a big old cupboard, and we looked on Facebook Marketplace, looked at a bunch of antique stores, and finally found the right one. How far away was it? An hour?
Yeah.
About an hour away from here. Found the right piece at the right price. And I love this piece. But there's one other thing I've always wanted, and that's a Hoosier. I feel like every old farmhouse should have an old Hoosier.
It's highly likely that this farmhouse had a Hoosier. They were perfect for farmhouses that were not the upper end. The high-end farmhouses probably had some type of cabinetry. But for the typical home in America in the early 1900s had a Hoosier cabinet.
And I think we needed one. So we looked and looked and looked, couldn't find the right one until this week. Facebook Marketplace. It's how far away, an hour or something again?
Yeah, an hour and a half.
So my son and he are going to drive down and pick up this Hoosier tomorrow. So I am excited. I'm very excited.
Can't wait. Feels like Christmas.
Yeah, let's praise my Christmas.
But you had Hoosiers in your family in the prior years.
Oh yeah. My aunt had a Hoosier.
Yeah.
You know, and I always thought they were really cool. So, but first we have to move some pieces around in here to make room for it. So that's our job this evening. The first piece of furniture we have to move is this right here. Now you want to tell them where we got it, dear?
Yeah, this was the best deal probably in the house, I think.
You can't beat the price.
No. It was actually sitting alongside the road with a free sign on it. And it needed some work. Obviously it's an old dresser, and 3 of the drawers and drawer fronts were broken. So I was able to rebuild and all except for the one drawer up top. And then we decided to put a divider in it.
The baskets
and you put
work
the
perfect.
baskets in there.
I think it looks very cute.
Yeah. So this free cabinet has been in our farmhouse now for 5 years.
And as I'm moving it, I can clean out the drawers.
Yes.
That's not fun.
No. But it's probably something that needs to happen.
Oh, it definitely
Let's get a picture of that.
Yeah, it needs some organization.
Yeah.
Well, this thing is stuffed too full. I have a bunch of stuff jammed in here. Some of the stuff is going to go in the Hoosier, so I can thin it out and organize it a lot better now.
Okay.
So, fun.
The other thing is, what are you going to do with your...
I don't know. I made those years ago, not knowing I was going to live on a farm.
Oh, that would have been fun. I bet you made those 40 years ago.
Probably. That's all counted cross.
Yeah.
Counted cross stitch. And I just love those pieces. So I got to figure out just the right place for them. The piece we're putting here is too high for that. So I'm not sure where I'll put them.
Can you imagine when you were a very young woman making those, saying that they were going to be in your farmhouse someday?
I wouldn't have believed it. Who knew?
Yeah. You got it okay?
I think so.
Pick it up?
Not happy without the drawers.
Yeah.
That's why I took all the drawers out.
Good thinking.
I'm pretty smart. This is the next piece to be moved. My apothecary cabinet's going to go where that old cabinet was sitting. So I have to take everything out of here and then move it. That's going to be fun. Oh, and this we got on Facebook Marketplace too, right?
Yes.
Right when we first bought the farmhouse. This is one of the first things we got.
It needed a lot of work too. I had to put new glass in the doors, and one of the drawers was broken, and they made a temporary repair and didn't have the right wood, so I got a piece of oak, quarter sawn oak to match it. And,
You got it all fixed up.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. Mm-hmm. So now comes the fun part.
Okay, what are you going to do?
This also is going to get cleaned out and organized. We'll take everything out of it, move it over there.
Yeah.
And I might not put everything back in right away because some of the things might end up in the Hoosier. I'm not sure. I have to think about that. There's some things underneath that don't really belong in an apothecary.
Yeah.
So This is going to be a major reorganization, which will feel good.
Okay.
It's just not fun in the process.
That table was Facebook
Oh,
Marketplace.
yes, it was. And the chairs.
Oh, that's
Pretty
true.
much everything.
Yeah.
Either alongside the road in the trash or Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
I like old stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, my hydrangeas. Someday,
Nice.
I need to show you all how you dry hydrangeas and keep them not dry and brittle. And I'll do a short on that.
Huh.
See, they're not brittle, and they're from last year. So,
Wow.
yeah, beautiful hydrangeas. They don't crumble all over the place. Oh, more lavender. I have lavender everywhere. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, that's the top. Now for all this stuff. Okay. All my tinctures.
So all of these things are going to stay in this cabinet. They're
Yes.
just moving.
And I might reorganize it a little bit too
Okay.
and switch things around a little bit.
So you don't think I could just lean it back on the dolly and haul it with all that in
With
there?
all that glass, no, I'd prefer not. And I'm gonna dust out the shelves and clean everything out and just kind of really organize it. So,
Okay. You've been anxious to do this, haven't you?
can you tell? I can't wait to see that Hoosier in place.
Yeah. We'll have to talk more about the history of Hoosiers. And
Dandelion oil. I need to make that into some lotions. I have a lot of the herbal medicine things started, but I need to turn them into things and start using them. I've started using tinctures, but I still have a lot of things I want to try. So going through this will reinvigorate my desires to do that.
all right. Well, we'll join you when you got it all cleared out.
Will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's rather unbelievable that that cabinet held all of this stuff.
Plus all the tea over there in the chair.
Wow.
You think I need a little more storage space? Well, either that or less stuff.
Oh yeah, less stuff.
I think I'll go for more storage space.
Seem pretty excited. You gonna be able to sleep tonight?
Yeah, I'll sleep. I'm tired.
All right. So are we done for tonight?
Oh, we gotta move this cabinet.
Oh, okay.
I got everything out, but I need your help moving it.
Okay, no problem. Let's get going. You know, one unique thing about this cabinet is that the one side has antique glass and the other side has a replacement glass. And I haven't been able to find antique. Like, look at the reflection here of the banister. You can see how the wavy glass and how it distorts things. Whereas I move over here and you look at the banister, there's no distortion at all. That's new glass. So to me, that's always bothered me a little. I haven't been able to find antique glass for this. Okay, we're in the process of making Brenda's dream come true. My son and I got in the truck today, drove about 80 miles to get this Hoosier. It is a beautiful Hoosier. We're going to show you all the details of it. But anyway, we went down, the two of us, loaded it up, brought it home. Needs a little bit of work, not much. We might even bring this in the house tonight. Now, Brenda did come out here, worked on it, and what did you?
Used Old English cleaner.
Old English cleaner.
Got it all cleaned up and shined up.
It's amazing. It really brings the life back in the wood. So.
Yep.
All right, bottom section coming in.
It fits,
I
right?
got the doors a little bit, drawers
Yeah, open.
open, but it still should fit.
Yeah, mine's not open quite that far. Ooh, the table part.
And this is actually heavier than it looks. That's in pretty good shape for 110 years old.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, one more piece.
Won't this stay shut?
Well, I know it's leaning forward.
Okay.
I remember, Donnie, we cut the back legs off of that thing.
Okay.
We're
Well,
either
I'm
going to
gonna
cut
have
the
to
back
put-
legs up or jack up the front legs.
I'm not cutting anything off of
Well,
it.
then we're going to have to jack up the front.
Yeah, we'll put some wood underneath it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I got this piece. You can get the...
Ah, you're funny. Let's get the tall one.
If we need to, we can put it down on the top before we try to
okay.
put it onto those.
Things.
Yeah.
The metal. But I think we should screw it now. Mine, how far back does it go? Mine might not be back the whole
Okay,
way.
so I need a taller spacer in
Yes.
the front. All right, let me go get some, and I think that'll help fix
Get
it.
this baby level.
Because it's tilting forward.
It is tilting forward, without a
That's
doubt.
old farmhouse floors.
Everything tilts toward the center. But
Okay.
isn't it gorgeous?
It is. It is. I like it. Okay, the first levelers were not enough, and we've got some bigger ones here. You ready?
Yep. Hang on. Putting them both under or just
No,
one?
just the one,
Oh,
the big one.
Okay. Okay. That one's in. And that one's in. Go ahead.
Okay.
Now, see if it's still leaning forward. It might be. The joys of an old farmhouse.
Yeah. I think
It adds
that's
charm.
pretty good,
Okay.
actually.
And then screw in the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's still leaning forward a little, but good enough for right now.
Yeah. I think we're done for the night,
I think so.
and we'll work on it tomorrow morning.
Wow, you got an early start this morning, didn't
Yes,
you?
I did. Couldn't wait to play with my cabinet.
Yeah.
And you know why I put that there?
Well, I'm guessing. Yeah, doorbell.
Hide the ugly doorbell.
Yeah. Plus, that's a perfect
So.
spot, I think.
It has to be accessorized, I think.
So wait a minute. Hold on. What's all this stuff on the island?
That's all stuff that's going to go in here.
Are you serious?
Yep.
That's
That's
gonna
stuff
all
that
go in
used to
there?
be in the apothecary. Now it's going to be in there.
Okay. So you're putting your prized chicken up there?
Oh yeah, I think it's a perfect place for a blue chicken, don't you think?
Wow. Okay. Now wait a minute. Do you call this decorating or accessorizing?
I don't know. Whatever. Making it pretty.
Okay. But
Making
it
it-
is the most fun thing you can do.
Yeah,
with-
this is the cool part. Let's see. Does that look okay?
Well, you're blocking the view here.
Does it look okay now?
Now it looks terrific.
Okay.
Although I thought it looked pretty good before too.
Well, I have to have stuff on top.
Yeah.
Now I did do some things this morning already. Some stuff from the old cabinet that went in the other room. We had all the cookie decorating stuff, and the grandkids always help me with that.
Oh, so this is what you were doing this morning?
Yep.
That's that paper in there?
No, it's all. Oh yeah, that's right. I put pretty paper in the bottom of all the shelves too.
Okay.
But I want to make sure these things were accessible to the grandkids because they always want
All
to
right.
decorate cookies.
So this is not just for decoration. This is going to be a functional cabinet?
Yeah, well, on this side's all tea,
Okay.
all my teas.
Oh, you closed it before I could look at the tea.
There's all my
Okay.
calm, sleepy time tea.
All right. And what's the next shelf down?
Just all the other teas. Decaf, regular, fruit teas,
Okay.
all kind of teas possible.
All right. And you got a cutting board up there now too, an extra one. don't
Yes, this.
you? Yeah.
That looks really nice.
These things are super functional. Mm-hmm. You want to slide, see how it goes, sliding out the
Table?
the work surface?
I don't know how often we'll do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it slides out a lot further.
Okay.
Not too hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just finishing the last drawer with
Oh
the paper.
yeah, the paper.
It's like a real heavy wrapping paper that I've had for a long time. And doesn't that look pretty?
It looks perfectly made. for
Compared
that.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, I like things pretty.
Attention to detail.
But now I got to figure out where everything else is going to go. Start putting other stuff in here. Do you want to tell them everything else you had to do to
Well,
it to make it
I'm also
right?
looking at, you have ideas for the glass that's up top there. And I
Yes.
had to do a little bit of glazing. It was sliding around.
Well,
so
they were loose, yeah, just
Yeah.
jiggling in there. So he glazed it, so I can't do anything to it today.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I'll clean them all off, and I have some. It's window film that you put on windows for privacy, but it looks like stained glass.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to put that in there and make it look really cool
I
because I've
saw the
seen
one
ones
you
like
had
that.
was just like a blue flower?
Yeah, I've seen ones with that, you know, like stained glass in there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll try it and see how it looks.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you're excited about your Hoosier cabinet.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
But now I got to figure out where everything goes to be
Now,
organized.
wait a minute. Let me look at the main feature, which I think is one of the coolest right here.
This?
Yeah. And it opens down.
Yep.
So, what are you going to put in there?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Might be my wheat berries.
You need some advice from me.
You can help me if you want. But yeah, I got to figure out where everything's going to go. I think I have all the other like cupcake things and anything else for decorating over here so the grandkids can get to them.
Well, you have them all open except this one. This is a unique cabinet.
Oh yeah, there won't be anything stored in here.
Now.
This is where they would have kept their flour.
Uh-huh.
And they would have sifted it as they cooled, you know, got it out. But
Yeah.
to fill it up,
You just tilt it forward.
they pulled it forward. I can't get that part open.
Wow.
That would open up, fill it up with
Okay.
flour, and close it back up.
Okay. So this is a highly functional cabinet.
It would have been, yeah.
All right, we got our Hoosier cabinet. It's in place and all ready to go. But you know, we're talking about this Hoosier. What is a Hoosier anyway? It's all about Indiana, Hoosiers. And there's a lot of fanciful reasons and definitions of what a Hoosier is. But we need our friends from Indiana to weigh in. So please comment below so we know for sure what a Hoosier is. But anyway, Indiana University, Hoosiers, and we know about the Hoosier cabinets. Now the Hoosier Manufacturing Company was one of the prominent manufacturers of the Hoosier cabinet, but this one is not. This one is a McDougal. Now it's interesting that the Hoosier cabinet is really the first innovation in the modern kitchen that we have today, so it really holds a special place. Before about 1900, things were just done in a kitchen with a wood stove or open fire, and then maybe a fancy enamel stove later. They'd have a farm table, and in a nicer house they might have a step back cabinet. But really the women who primarily cooked had a lot of steps around the house. They had to go to the cabinets, go to the root cellar, and go into their pantry and gather all the goods, and it was a lot of steps. Well, they sold this Hoosier cabinet idea that it was a workstation, that everything was right here ready to go with the work surface, all the supplies and tools, and they did studies to show that women could save actually about 2,000 steps in their day. So the Hoosiers really became popular in the early 1900s. In addition to the Hoosier manufacturing, a McDougal cellar was also a big one, and they were all in the state of Indiana. So these cabinets, there were several million of them built, but there aren't many around now that are good because they were used so heavily and they were really beat up, and they're not a heavy cabinet. It's actually very light with lightweight gear and hardware, so it was difficult for us to find one that's in great shape. As far as the details on our cabinet here, we know that in the McDougal Company they started around 1900 and they were in Indianapolis. Well, for the first 10 years they made a lot of cabinets there, but they had a terrible fire in about 1909 and they rebuilt in Frankfurt. And this was built in Frankfurt in the new factory. We also know that early on, one of their selling points was that they had a glass piece on this side, so you could look in and see how far your flour was down without opening the door. Well, later on, they changed it to look more like the other Hoosier cabinet manufacturing. So we know that this one was built sometime around 1920 when they made that change. So overall, it's in pretty good shape. This is a patented piece here with this door that Brenda showed you earlier that slide down. This was one of their fancy selling features with the door that went down. Now we said the cabinet was in good shape except the back panels were coming off a little, but we had to secure them. I had to put about 20 nails in the back so we didn't have the torsion there, and I put some glazing on the glass, and then the bottom shelf was missing, and then the prior owners just used the kind of the dust bottom, and that gave way a bit. So I put in a sliding shelf down below. But other than that, this thing is in really good shape. The enamel's in good shape. I think this is a pretty cool cabinet, isn't it, Brenda?
I love it.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I got my Hoosier, and I love it. I love it. And it really does work out for storage. I mean, it's going to come in very handy having things here, right here. And things are more spread out, so they're easier to organize. And I did end up putting my wheat berries in here. They fit just perfectly. Have my hard red, hard white, soft white, and einkorn. So I used to have them on the larder, up on like the top, or not the larder, the cabinet over there on the top shelf, but it was a pain to get them down off the shelf. This will be much more convenient. And my wheat grinder is right here. So I'll be able to do a lot more fresh ground flour now that it's convenient to get to. So Donnie did a great job fixing everything that needed fixed, and he was kind enough to put these on. That's that window foam I told you about. Looks like stained glass. I'm anxious to see it tonight. We might put a little electric candle inside and have the light glow through. See how it looks at night. But I am just thrilled with my Hoosier. I love it. And it just feels like it belongs here. It fits perfectly. He did make my dream come true. So I don't know what my next dream will be. I'll have to have something else for you to do, huh?
Well, I have an idea. It's right on my left shoulder. I can't back up.
He's making a cabinet for me to have my microwave on. Part of the whole kitchen project. You'll see that.
Here, I can back up and show. Well, oh, nope, I can't do that.
You'll see that in a future video. Pretty soon, hopefully. We'll see. But I am just thrilled with my Hoosier. Now I can cross that off my list of what I want or need. I don't know which it is. So, well, thanks for coming along on my Hoosier adventure. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.